How you doing? You know, I was watching this video with Obama and his answers to the different questions he had. And I've seen some others that were earlier, and I remember watching him and feeling, now this is a guy I could support. He was all for same-sex marriage, or so he said, back in the 90s, early turn of the century. He said all those things, and with regards to medical marijuana, we'll read the science, we'll look at the science, we'll make sure that it's done correctly and everything. And if there's the states have a medical marijuana program, I think the federal government should stay out of it and blah blah blah. He was all for all that stuff. And I thought, man, that's a great, I could really go with that. This is the kind of guy that really looks like, and he's an African American. The first African American with a real chance. And I figured, okay, I guess I was being a racist because I was thinking that he would side more with his people than the fat cat business corporate CEOs and Republicans. I thought, he would, we had this hope for, change, there was going to be change. And we hoped there was going to be change. And we didn't know that it was going to be hope for change that we got when we elected it. And he immediately went on the what I call the betrayal train. Gets up on stage and talks about how the internet crowd who got him elected, makes fun of us and how what are we online all the time? Don't we have anything else better to do? And blah blah. And tries to make a couple other snide remarks. Then he finds out that the top question that everybody in the United States wanted answered, the most important thing they wanted answered is what's he going to do about medical marijuana? And is he going to leave us alone or not? And he didn't answer it or anything. He didn't even say what he said before. He actually made fun of us. Just goes to show what kind of people are on the internet. That was the kind of joke he made. And then right away, from then on, promised to bring the troops home. Nope. Instead, we got a surge. He said he would get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell because it was bullshit in the first place. He's been engaged in the military since its inception. The guy who wrote the military standards itself. Field Marshal von Steuben during the Revolutionary War was gay, which is why he was apparently kicked out of the Prussian army. But Washington said, I don't care who sleeps in his bed with him, as long as he can train my army. Nobody's had a bitch about it until, a few years ago, maybe 20. And these right-wing Christian groups, evangelistic people went nuts. You guys are going crazy with this shit. None of that. It's so bad. You actually are thinking about electing, listen to this, a Mormon. These people actually believe that their founder was visited by an angel named Moroni, who gave him special tablets with special stones to be able to read these special tablets. So on and so forth. This big fairy tale. And they wear pajamas every day. Holy pajamas. See, this is all this cultish, ritualistic crap. And it's stuck in their heads. Every one of them. Including your run-of-the-mill Christians and Catholic people that are just, come on. If they need a superhero, they can have one, but you got to keep it to yourself. Our government has no business in it. Which brings up the worst part. This, he's gone on with his betrayal about how I know he was brought up a free thinker, and basically his mom was an atheist, and he all of a sudden, since Matt Lauer started jacking at him, saying, "What church are you going to choose? What church are you going to choose?" Now all of a sudden he's delusional and, well, I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ is our Savior. Blah, blah. Come on, you're too old, dude, to believe that now. See, right then when you said I started that crap, I knew you were lying. You said it for political expediency. You haven't even chosen your church yet because you don't want to. Why would anybody want to sit in a place like that for 2 hours with this bullshit going on, a ritual, unseen entity and all that? It's just silly. I won't ever get it. Don't have to. And we don't have to tolerate it. Now the worst part, the very worst part, the news just reported, man, a couple of weeks ago, that they have a new congressional chaplain. Is anybody else out there, like, having the reaction I had at first? Excuse me? You're celebrating the fact they have a congressional chaplain instead of saying, what the hell happened to the First Amendment? Why aren't they reporting the fact that our federal government has blatantly stepped right on it? Separation of church and state is almost like they don't even know that it doesn't exist for them. They don't care anymore. In God we trust, right up in front. You always show my camera now. I don't want to believe or encrust or have a... I don't trust gods and myths and devils and spirits. And what's wrong with you people? Come on. The rest of the world is laughing at us. And Barry, you're not going to get elected this way. Wake up. Osama's dead. Bring the troops home. Or at least, the very least, save the country some money. Stop exploding things for a week or just a few days. And take that money and put it into the economy, into Medicare and Social Security where it belongs. Can we do that kind of thing? Moratoriums on certain stuff, save money, put it where it belongs. Stop the bullets for a few days. And why are we celebrating? Now, okay, before I go, the very last thing I have to tell you is, this celebration about the congressional chaplain. He's a Catholic priest from Oregon who was one of the pedophiles who paid out to keep the victims quiet. And the media celebrates it. Instead of reporting that the government doesn't give a shit about our rights and our Constitution, the First Amendment especially, they're going to instead instill a chaplain to make sure everybody has to go through the blood sacrifice, goofy-ass ritual before they do government business. Al Franken, where are you? And the rest of you guys, change? Nope. You've devolved, Barry, and I'm done with you. Good evening, everybody. No sleeves? Yeah, it's hot. Okay? It's hot today. It's like the 6th or something.